Welcome to Homemade Madhu. Let's make millet cheela, millet dosa. It's millet and moongdal cheela. It's a no ferment millet dosa along with onion chutney. Also is onion gojju, which is spicy, tangy, sweet, and the recipe is in the description box. This spicy and flavorful millet and moongdal cheela is high protein, making it ideal for vegetarians. Not only is this a healthy breakfast or a snack recipe, but ideal for lunchbox as it tastes good even when it's cold. To make this dosa, we will need 1 cup of millet. Now you could take any millet, barnyard millet, kodu millet, little millet, but I have taken quinoa as I have access to organic quinoa here. Also, to make this moong dal and millet cheela, we would also need 2 cups of moong dal. This is unpolished moong dal. Along with it, we will be needing 1 tablespoon of methi seed. We need to wash these thoroughly and soak it for at least 8 hours, especially the millets. They need to be washed thoroughly and soaked for the first half an hour separately, and then discard the water, wash it again, and then soak it along with the other items. Since this is a no ferment dosa, we will be adding a few more items to grind. Salt according to taste, coriander leaves for flavor, 3 green chillies, garlic cloves 2 of them, curry leaves, and I'm adding a tablespoon of jeera here. My daughter doesn't like the flavor of millets, that's why I'm adding the jeera. This is absolutely optional. Now along with these, we will be adding 1 more ingredient which is going to make our dosa super healthy. Also, it's going to make it more tasty and colorful, and that ingredient is palak. These are fresh palak leaves. I'm taking 3 cups. Washed palak leaves we will be adding along with the millets and moong dal and the other items while grinding. If you follow Dr. Khadarwali, you would know that he advocates millets and fresh greens as a solution to most of the problems. And here is a tasty way to consume both of them. I'm adding the millets in a mixie jar along with all the ingredients, and I'm going to grind it into a fine paste, adding water. You could add ginger instead of garlic, but adding both of them would just bring in a clash of flavors. Adjust the consistency, adding in more water, but I prefer the batter to be a little thicker so that it's easy to spread out the dosas or the cheelas with it. Heat the tawa, pour in the dosa batter and spread out the batter. You can make the dosa as thin as you want, and then we need to cover it so that it boils well. You can add ghee or butter or oil. I've just added a little ghee. You can see it's turning brown. That means the dosa is roasted on the other side. Let's flip it. Here goes another dosa. You could also make it like uttapam by adding a lot of vegetables in it. Chopped vegetables like onion, grated carrot, coriander leaves, green chilies. That also would taste lovely. I would prefer covering the dosa while making them so that it cooks faster. You can see every time the dosas come out quite crispy and quite tasty. These dosas come out even more crispier in a cast iron tawa. You can serve this dosa with peanut chutney, tomato chutney or coconut chutney, but I have a recipe of onion chutney which is very unique and delicious, which goes very well with this dosa. So let's make onion chutney. For this, we will be needing the main ingredient, onion. I have 2 cups of chopped onion. These don't have to be finely chopped. We need oil or ghee or butter 1 tablespoon, urad dal 2 tablespoons, methi seeds 1/4 of a teaspoon, just for the flavor. It gives the flavor of pickles in this chutney. Then red chilies for spiciness. I've taken 6 of them. I've also taken green chilies. These are just turned red, 6 of them. For that taste, for that extra spiciness, because onions will be sweet, coriander leaves and tamarind of about 1 tablespoon. I've soaked them in water. Now heat oil in a pan, add urad dal, saute it for a while till it turns light brown. You'll be adding red chilies, then green chilies. Always chop the green chilies and add, otherwise it is going to burst. Then we'll be adding the methi seeds. After sauteing it for a while, let's add in the chopped onion. We'll fry this onion till it turns translucent. Now onions, if it turns brown, it'll become very sweet. If you keep it raw at this stage, if you grind and make it chutney, then it won't be that sweet. So it depends upon you, upon the flavor of your choice. Adding in the curry leaves and the coriander leaves now. We'll switch off the flame, let it cool down. Once it cools down, transfer to a mixie jar. Add in salt to taste, as well as the tamarind, which has been soaking in water. While making the chutney, we will not be adding any water, and we will pulse it, give it a break. Let's mix all the ingredients and again give it a good pulse. And the chutney is ready. For the tadka, we'll be needing 1 teaspoon of oil, mustard seeds of 1 teaspoon, hing and curry leaves. Add in the tadka to the chutney and the chutney is ready to serve. Onion gojju also goes very well with these cheelas. The recipe is in the description box. Please check it out. Here we have a perfect breakfast, snack or lunchbox recipe, high in proteins and other vitamins. Please do give it a try and keep watching Homemade Madhu.